r/ask Reddit. What pisses you off instantly? Getting comfy in bed and realizing I have to pee. Waking up having to piss too. Running to the bathroom as fast as possible so you don't run out of tired. Edit. Thanks for the awards. True to Reddit form. My top comment ever is about strategic pissing. Littering. Just throw your garbage in the garbage can and not the floor. Completely agree. I'm a smoker but I won't flick my cigarette butts on the ground. I will knock the cherry off of it and put it in my pocket until I can find a trash can to dispose of it. Keep a plastic bag for them to reduce butt smell on your clothes. Edit. Butt smell. Hep. My dad-o-meter missed that when I posted it. Thanks for all of the comments. When in a conversation someone does a whole monologue but when they're done, won't let you get a single word in and will even walk away. I see you have met my dad. He'd get along with my mom. People who don't let others off things, elevators, subways, etc. While they try to get on, cut in lines. See also, people who exit a lift or train, or get off an escalator, and then just stop dead, causing an immediate pileup as everyone behind them has to body swerve the moron. Yes, if people are exiting a store door, hold it for them, don't shove your way in. When I put the thing in a specific place, and then I go to get it from that specific place, and the thing isn't there, where's the ducking thing? I put it there, I know I did. No one knows anything about the thing or its whereabouts. Drives me insane. Later on I inevitably find the thing in a different place, and suddenly remember putting it there. Then I am pissed off with myself. My version of this, I go looking for an object I don't need very often. It takes me a while to find it, which annoys me. Once I'm finished with it, I then put it in a very specific place, so that next time I'll know where to find it. Next time I need it, say a couple months down the road, whatever place made perfect sense to pass me is now inconceivable. And so I go right back to not being able to find the thing and it taking a while. The trick is to remember the first place you go looking for it, and then put it there after you're done with it. When you walk out a door and your belt loop gets caught on the door handle. Edit. To all the people who think they know exactly how tall I am, look at 3 or 4 people of the same height and note where their waist sits. It's all over the place because everyone has different leg-torso ratios. Also, thanks for diagnosing me with ADHD. I had no idea. To add to that, headphone cords getting caught on anything and tugging your ear. Headphones? Ripped out. Phone? Clattered on the floor. Mood? Pissed. Hotel? Trivago. When I'm wearing socks and walk into my kitchen area and step into wet. I too have kids. Also, my mom has chihuahuas. It's anyone's guess what I have on my foot. If there's anything worse than wet, it's mystery wet. Trying to open easy open packaging to find out that shit is not, in fact, easy to open in any way, shape, or form. Those little tabs at the corner of packets of cold meat that are supposed to peel the whole thing open but instead, just completely detach. Rage. I always joke that the little cut here line should really say cut someplace else. Wired headphones getting ripped off my face unexpectedly. Someone 100% mischaracterizing me in a condescending way. Working hard all day only to be accused of being lazy by the end of it. Working hard all day only to be accused of being lazy by the end of it. This was the final straw that caused me to quit my first job. Cussed out one of my higher ups in a blinding rage after they said something to the effect of me being lazy and not pulling my weight, despite me being the only person who ever consistently showed up to their shift and got their shit done on time. That kind of shit still enrages me to this day. Had my manager pull me into a meeting to explain why I left early a few days before. Somehow they couldn't grasp the idea that engineers work on a different schedule to office staff. The stupidest part was that this was the same person who had to sign my timesheets every week, so they should have damn well known what my hours were. The entitlement of people. Seriously, what the duck? Some people you can tell have never worked for the service industry. Like someone who thinks they can be a-holes and condescending to waiters and other staff. One time on a flight this lady started to make a big scene throughout the most of the flight, yelling at PPL about how she lost a ring. It was like a wedding ring or something. but all she talked about was how big and expensive it was. So 3 of the flight crew check everywhere where she sat in first class, but couldn't find anything. So the lady gets all indignant and says she'll sue the airline, that one of them must have stolen it. It turns out she dropped it into her own purse. She obviously did not apologize and just foo. Total beach. So rich but couldn't get it fitted. Okay. Scrudding as douchebag. Defined as someone who speaks or acts in offensive ways and then decides whether he was joking or not based on people's reactions. Edit. Grammar. Haha, you thought I was serious. But it was obviously a joke. I can't believe you fell for that. Oh my god. You're silly. More like it was just a ducking joke. Chill the duck out. You guys are too sensitive. Learn how to take a ducking joke. Got r/idiotsinkers. This mainly gives me anxiety. I can't scroll through that. Can't help but think yeah that could happen to me. I don't know why but as I get older driving makes me more nervous. I used to never be like this. I used to love driving. It's because you've learned through life that there's a lot of idiots behind the wheel. People who always interrupt you when you're mid-sentence. My husband has a habit of starting a sentence and not finishing it. Then I'll chime in, thinking it's my turn. H. Let me finish. Me. I thought you were finished. You stop talking. Edit. I'm either a horrible person or I have ADHD. One thing that changed how I communicate with everyone for the better. Listening is not waiting to speak. These days, just opening my eyes in the morning. You can use my trick. I wake up in the morning and I think of 3 things that I'm looking forward to on that particular day. Then I quickly realize that all I have to look forward to is problems and stress and I scream internally for 10-15 seconds and then take a shower and go to work in a daze. Come home, go to bed and repeat. Had me on the first half. When I hit my head on something, there's this pipe right around head level near my washing machine and utility sink. I'm not even tall. It's an old house. I bump my head on it an embarrassing amount of times. I always want to smash something when I do. ETA. I actually have a couple weeks off from work and started a to-do list. Going to add padding that pipe. Thanks all. Yes, my first inclination when I hit my head is to be violent. I'm otherwise a chill person. Yes, I could get my arm cut off and I would be like, ouch, but hit my head and I see absolute red and want to destroy something. Being volunteered without my consent. The classic voluntold. My dad tried to volunteer me for some free babysitting on Saturday. I already had plans happening that day, but I was still going to say no. The kid in question is less than a year old, so I wasn't comfortable enough to take care of them. As a nurse, patients that spit at me, very few things make me want to coke punch you like spitting at me. These people are very brave and very stupid at the same time. Why on earth would you piss off the person responsible for your care and health? Because they can get away with it. False accusations made against me. Look how upset you're getting. It must be true. Stop being so defensive, get me riled right up. Of course I'm being defensive. You're attacking me, and now I can't point out what dong you're being without looking defensive. Hurting animals or children. This is the only one that will truly, instantly, bring on rage in me. I'm a pretty laid back person, hard to anger, but that one right there is instant. Also, any other person unable to defend themselves, adult or otherwise. People who lie to me. I told my best friend this today. I prefer honesty and I don't care if it hurts my feelings. More harm is done with lying. People who accuse me through lying to save their own ass, knowing full well that they're the ones at fault, not me. Mark, my coworker. Get ducked Mark. That Mark, he's a ducking prick. Being told I'm upset mad about something when I'm not, happens with my mom all the time. Sometimes I just need to be left alone with my feelings. I'm not mad, just don't want to bother explaining my feelings about something. Goddamn, this drives me nuts. What's wrong? Nothing. Is something wrong? No. You seem upset. Why are you upset? Because you keep asking me what's wrong. When you drop something and it bumps into even more things on the way down. People chewing with their mouth open. People eating, crunching, drinking, breathing loudly. Really people in general. Slow walkers in front of me lol. I don't care if someone walks slow. I care if people walk slow and in the way. If you walk slow, just stay to one side and be predictable. No wandering left and right across the sidewalk. No random stopping at a door entrance. No holding hands 3 wide, etc. Slow walkers. People who turn without checking who is beside them. Random stoppers. Phone zombies. And windy walkers should live in their own country. People that find it fun to make others upset. Not long ago I went to go fill my car up for gas, and a man in a pickup was at the pump I had rolled up to. Soon after I go there, the car in front of him finished and left. There wasn't very much space for me to squeeze between the pickup and the building, so I decided to wait until the gentleman was done filling up. I sat there for about 20 minutes until I finally threw my car in reverse and maneuvered my way awkwardly into an adjacent pump. Soon after, the man, who I might add was probably in his 40s, drove off onto the road, looked back at me and yelled, "You waited that long?" and started laughing hysterically as he drove off. I had just gotten off work and was in no rush, but it had dawned on me that he just sat there at the pump for an excessive amount of time for the sole purpose of pissing off a stranger who had done absolutely nothing to him. People are wild. Something similar happened to me once in a shopping center. I had gotten there during a busy time of day and there were no parks available. I saw this woman in her 30s with her 2 children walking towards a car in the distance, so I drove slowly to see if they were leaving. They got in the car, so I eventually caught up to them and stopped my car. Turned on the indicator to signal I was waiting for that car park and waited. She saw me do this, so she then got out of the car, potted around a bit, checked on her kids, who were like 10 and 11 years old, got back in the car, fiddled with the radio, turned around and spoke to her kids and so forth. It was really busy at the shopping center and there were no other park in sight, so I continued to wait. Then she pulled out her phone and checked it for a bit. I patiently waited. I saw her talking and laughing with her kids, so I waited some more thinking she could be waiting for a partner. She looked my way and I smiled. She didn't give me a gesture to indicate she wasn't leaving, so I still waited some more thinking, okay, surely now she will leave, and then I realized she was actually keeping me waiting just to piss me off. When I realized this, I drove off. As soon as I did and was 2 car lengths ahead, I looked in my rear vision mirror and saw her back out. I quickly tried to do a loop around to try and get back to the same place to nab her parking spot, but someone else beat me to it. Because I had done a loop, I ended up passing her as she was coming towards me and she laughed and flipped me off. Why on earth did I deserve any of that? Seriously, I never beeped her. I gave her plenty of space to reverse out of her spot and I wasn't forfeiting better parks just so I could get hers. It was pure hate on her part for no reason. Even remembering this incident still pisses me off. I still don't understand why she decided to stick it to me over a public parking space. No turn signals. 75% of driving is watching out for idiots on the road. Every time someone doesn't use their turn signal, I just blurt out nice turn signal even if I'm on my own. Being treated like a child, or like I'm stupid. Instant rage. People who tell you their IQ as if it matters. 104 if you were asking. Then people who insist on theirs being higher. 121. Dog owners who don't pick up their dog's shit. Witnessed this during my walk in the park today. Owner watched their dog shit right in the middle of a soccer field and did nothing. That instantly pisses me off. People who blame everyone else for their problems and deny that they have any responsibility to their own actions. Somebody telling you to do something you are already doing. You should pick a racist Reddit name. Or something you're literally about to do. Just are finishing up another task first. Getting blamed for something you didn't do. If you pull my headphones earbuds out, I'll personally see to it you are sent to the lowest pit of hell. Better yet, people who never say anything till you have your headphones in. Man facepalming. People who don't close your room door after they open it. Or if they do, they don't push hard enough and it's just barely open. The someone has it worse trope. 5 years ago, when I was 17, I was diagnosed with lupus. 3 years ago my kidneys failed and I was put on dialysis. My mom, who was my support, died in September. The amount of times I heard that in the last few years. If I had $1 for each one, I could surpass Elon. Like I know there's worse. doesn't mean I still can't feel bad. Toxic positivity. Ducking drives me nuts because nobody ever does that with any of the other emotions. Like example, if you're super happy because you finally got a job, nobody would tell you that other people have better jobs and more happiness, so you should just be neutral about it. When my Wi-Fi ducking stops working for no ducking reason, forcing me to go unplug the modem and router to reset it so I can watch YouTube again. Wi-Fi connection on, then act like it. The thought of having to call some company to deal with the fact that they don't make getting things done online easy. To be told repeatedly, have you tried our website, while on hold. People talking on speakerphone in public. Same thing for FaceTime without headphones. Makes me insta irritated. Faking illnesses, whether it's mental or physical. Been through too many doctors and beat cancer to hear someone say stuff like that. The college I went to required a sick note if you missed more than 3 days because a girl faked having cancer. I cannot believe people do things like that. I think that's such a stupid thing for colleges to do. If people want to miss 80% of class time that they're paying for, let them. They're ducking adults, for crying out loud. People who tell me how I feel after they asked me about my feelings about something. I just told you. Stop telling me I feel otherwise. The fact that men aren't taken seriously when it comes to sexual assault. Example, Terry Crews came out and said he was sexually assaulted by a manager, I believe, or someone with a role similar, and he was harassed and attacked for him coming out. Edit. I am not trying to say that women have an easier time coming out about their own experience. Sexual assault is a reality that occurs to so many people. We as a society should be more open with people's experience and be kinder to them regardless of gender. Waking up with a canker sore. Ooh, on a similar note, accidentally biting your cheek tongue. Teeth are sharp and jaws are strong. It hurts really bad right away and then continues to hurt every time something touches it for the next day or so. People being rude to minimum wage workers. Edit. Didn't realize there was a typo. Thanks for your replies and the award. People taking advantage of others. Politicians talking. Nepotism. I understand that it's everywhere, in every industry. Being in construction, it's frustrating watching the big boss's entire family, who can't even read their tape measures, get promoted and unlimited overtime for simple tasks. There was a crew on a job I was on, and our only job was to fix everything that they touched, to make it right. Nepotism pissed me off. Know-it-all people who get promoted because they kiss ass. Even worse, people who really know very little but get promoted because they kiss ass. People. Literally anything to do with health insurance, profiting off of suffering should be illegal. Scam callers, robocallers, nothing, and I do mean nothing, makes me into a frothing maniac quicker, turns me instantly into my evil alter ego, Agatha, and I start spewing venom. When someone doesn't stop when I say stop, or when someone thinks no is a joke, like holy shit no means no, duckwards, don't beg me for shit afterwards, or when I say stop, like it's common ducking sense. People who force me to pause the video and pull out my headphones to talk to them. People who mock, degrade, and or exclude the most vulnerable among us. The bastard tailgating me as I am riding my motorcycle. Emotional support, animal abuse. People who talk a lot and it's obvious they are telling lies. Someone asks a question, you start to answer it, and about halfway through they interrupt you with a rebuttal before you even finish your answer. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.